Oh, no. Just the slightest tap on the brakes. Sideways! Well, I guess with digital brakes there is no such thing as slight. It's full brakes or nothing. Hello again, I am Blunty, and if you've visited my channel very recently, you might have spotted me using some Cyberpunk gameplay on PC under a special mix of settings I tried to create to make a close visual match for the Switch 2 port that's arriving with the launch of Nintendo's new beastie. Just so there's no confusion, while you are going to see a fair whack of that in this video, what you're looking at right now is not that. This is the game in Psycho Ray Tracing mode, but it is locked at 40 FPS. More foreshadowing. But yeah, you may have seen another video where I showed with the arrival of new official gameplay that the Switch 2 version looks even better than I'd roughly simulated, and what you're going to see later in the video. But in all my testing and comparisons and whatnot with those settings, there's something that I did not do. I didn't actually just play the game normally with them. All I did was capture some very specific samples of gameplay for the comparisons I needed. Almost all of that was sitting in, walking through, or driving through particular locations. So what you're about to see is me correcting that oversight. A few days ago, during my regular weekend streams over on Twitch, I spent a fistful of hours simply playing Cyberpunk with these settings and trying to evaluate the feel and the impact of several of the big compromises that the Switch 2 port has when compared to the PC version, or the PS5 version, or the Xbox Series X and S versions, and even the last-gen versions of the games. Because while there is a lot of reasons to be excited about the Switch 2 port, there's also some pretty big concerns about certain compromises that are kind of inherent to the system, or just inherent to this particular port. So for a start, I'm planning on playing in the performance mode, which on Switch 2 targets not 60 FPS like most console performance modes do, but 40 FPS. This is done to balance the graphical sacrifices needed for higher frame rates with making gameplay feel smooth, and 40 FPS for many games is a really nice sweet spot for that, and it's a frame rate that a lot of people target on lower end hardware like the Steam Deck or the ROG Ally and similar handheld gaming PCs. Secondly, there's a pretty big issue with the driving in this game on Switch 2 that I am anticipating is gonna bug me. The fact that the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller do not have analog triggers, so any acceleration or braking in vehicles is all or nothing, slammed on or wide open, 100% or 0%, and I'm expecting that is going to make the driving in this game feel like garbage. So I'll be extensively testing that too in a variety of vehicles. Then there's the sort of softness of the image thanks to the upscaling and generally low resolution, 1080p target. But that's something I can't quite test properly right now because my own XeSS settings are worse than DLSS is going to be on Switch 2. So I'll treat this like a worst case scenario thing to flag little bits and pieces, things I can look out for and check by comparison when the Switch 2 version arrives proper, and it will give me a point of reference for just how much work that DLSS is doing. And finally, the Switch 2 has its special mouse mode for aiming with the new Joy-Cons, and I do plan on testing that at launch, of course. It should be quite fun. But I've also only used a controller for everything in this game, like done a complete playthrough with nothing but the controller exactly once. Every other playthrough I've done, mouse and keyboard, mouse and keyboard, mouse and keyboard, except for the driving, where I grab a controller, because it's way better with a controller. The one run I did do exclusively on controller was a melee-only run, so there was no finessed aiming at a distance. That wasn't really an issue that I had to deal with. So I also wanted to find out how that felt, and how annoying or lazy the console-style aim assists felt on the thumbsticks. Because that is something I do not have very extensive experience with. When it comes to first-person shooters, I go for PC version because mouse and keyboard. So it's worth spending a little time familiarizing myself with how the aim assist and whatnot feels in this particular game. So again, I have a comparison point for when the Switch 2 version arrives, and we can sort of get a feel for, the mouse mode versus that. So that was the plan. What comes next is a supercut of my testing and reactions and thoughts and feelings from the live stream, and frankly, just a lot of goofing around and having some fun while checking all of this out and trying to get a feel for the pain points to be on the lookout for in the Switch 2 version. So sit back, relax, pop that like button, sub if you have not done so yet, please, or at the very least, help with the YouTube robot mind algorithm hell, and why not pop a comment? I would love to know, honestly, I'm really curious about your favorite but powerfully hard to control video game cars, because that's going to be a big thing in the footage you're about to see. And my very favorite overpowered car in video games is in this game, and of course you are going to see it in this video. Running with my Switch 2 Visual Match special source settings. I spent hours slaving over a hot settings page to create these basically Visual Match equivalent, although as we talked about in today's video, the DLSS on the Switch 2 is a lot better than the XeSS I'm using here. I've also locked this down to 40 FPS. I'm also using a controller with trigger stops, so I'm using digital triggers. One of the big problems for this game on the Switch 2 is no analog control over driving. So a lot of the cars and vehicles in this game have so much torque, you have to really deliberately gently pull on the gas, otherwise you literally just spin out. Sideways! So I don't know whether they're going to rejig driving controls, so the acceleration is applied more gently. But for today, yeah, I'm using my trigger stops for my hair triggers here to emulate how this game is going to work on the Switch when it comes to all or nothing braking or all or nothing acceleration. You can see the bike lurching around there. Suppose you'll need 120Hz TV since there's no VR. I do have a 120Hz screen. It's 1440p though. And the Switch 2 does have a 1440p output mode. We've seen the settings page, and it does specifically have a 1440p output mode. That's something I'm going to be toying with as well. Yeah, I do hope they patch the dock at some point. I don't know whether they can, whether the dock is even capable of VRR, but yeah, for now we've had recently confirmed that it does not have VRR on the dock. I'm really hoping the hardware actually supports it, and they can just patch in support for it, because that's kind of important. But I am running 40 FPS right now, as you can see on screen there, on a 60Hz screen, and I'm using VSync, which will probably be the solution the Switch 2 uses for 40 FPS on 60Hz screens. And I'm streaming at 60. So what's happening frame rate wise is we get frame, double frame, double trade frame, double frame. If you step through this footage frame by frame, that's what you're looking at. Some people will notice that. I'm not especially sensitive to that. I can be sensitive when I drop from 60 to 40 or something. I mean, you'll see it all the time in streams. I'm like, oh, what happened to my frame rate? And I pull up the counter, it's like, oh, I've dropped down to 42 FPS. That's what it is. I can detect that, but if I'm locked at 40 like I am now, and I'm looking at my 60Hz screen, and I'm looking for the telltale slight stutter of that held frame every 3 frames. Jesus. I don't feel it or see it very obviously unless I'm really, really squinting for it and looking at things like vertical holes and trees and stuff where it's a little bit more obvious. Actually, first issue, that text is a bit hard to read. Just on this here. I think DLSS will do a better job. But as I'm walking up to that text, the FSR kind of blurs it out. So that's one thing we'll have to look out for the Switch version. This car is not a problem to drive with digital acceleration because it has no torque. And very spongy brakes. Still though, I really wish Nintendo had opted for the digital, or for the analog triggers. Oh shit. Alright, my bad. Alright, so first impression, the low resolution we're dealing with here and the slight haziness of that upscaling XeSS, which should be better with DLSS, does make it kind of difficult to identify like the silhouettes of the people over there really clearly. If I was running this at pure 4K on PC, I could probably even tell what gun they had from here just by looking.
There. You gotta help me, I'm begging you.
There.
That's why I'm here. Come on now,
reading.
let's get up.
So sincere. I need to get a sniper. I want to test sniping with these controls. The only time I've ever used a sniper is when I'm doing PC mouse-based playthroughs, because obviously that's the natural go-to for snipes. Right, so it looks like we've only got the one sniper. Everything else is assault and subs. Then I come out a tech sniper rifle. Not quite as satisfying in upscaled 1080p, that animation. Like in 4K, this gun is really nicely detailed and the animation looks sick. You know, that's a small thing. That's not gameplay harming. That's just slightly less down below tingle if you're into cool as fuck looking guns. Oh, hello. Almost switch colors. Mind if I borrow your car?
Let me be.
Hi, Z's.
All units, we have a situation in Westbrook. Please respond.
Copy, dispatch. I swear to Christ, if it's your
Oh,
again,
shit. Yep. What you'd call fine-grained control of my acceleration and braking. This isn't even one of the talky type of cars. This is the Datsun 120Y. Looks like it's a sports car. It's a sports car. Just bits falling off. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm not outrunning the cops in this. Tappa. Alright, I'm gonna need you to fucking slam on your brakes. Peace up! I love that you can hack cars. Watch Dogs 2 had some fucking awesome
Suspect's vehicle has been located.
mischief you can get up to with car hacking. I mean, fizz is the word I was looking for. I was trying to make the James May reference, but I lost it. But yes, the fizz.
A nice little fizzing sensation.
Glad somebody recognized the reference, even if I fucked it up. Come on! Yes! No.
Since we're gonna work together, only right to say hello.
Like a glove.
Aye, aye, Captain.
While we're at it, you need fresh wheels, bikes. I got it all.
As a matter of fact. Well, yeah, that wasn't actually too bad. I mean, on a police chase, you are, you know, flooring it most of the time anyway. It's just the cornering that's the issue. Yeah, just feathering it, trying to feather the brakes to get around those corners. A little bit more tricky, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I have to find a much more faster car. Yeah. I think we're just going to have to go in loud. Or actually, you know what? Fuck it. Sniper. Do we have a little... Yeah, we've got a little cover here. Let's try snipering. Sport the damn thing.
Keep screaming into that void, Night City. Sooner or later, someone's gonna hear you.
Yeah, I'm feeling... Ooh, yeah, that lock-on's pretty sticky. Big grip when you come over there. Yeah, it seems slightly more aggressive. Slightly more aggressive on the head, but... Question, can I... Oh, jeez. I didn't mean to fire. I grabbed the mouse. And for some reason it fired. I didn't even click. I don't know why that happened. I was going to see if I could mouse and control at the same time, but apparently the PC version doesn't like when you try that. Excuse me, Van. I'm going to need you to get out of my fucking way. Thank you. Come again. Just give you a little ping there.
Help! Someone!
I need something to ping so I can see where you are. There you go.
Fizzing sensation.
Oh, it's been a while since I've used a power weapon. Yeah, so that sticky console aim snapping thing's not too bad. Sometimes I hate that shit, sometimes it's alright. Yeah, I'm gonna try and knock on that down a notch and see how it feels. Settings, gameplay, accessibility, I think. Yes, there it is. Yeah, substantial. Let's pop that down to standard and see how it feels. Most of the console-only gamers are... They're pretty familiar with 30 versus 60. How that looks and feels. I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised by just how much feel is improved just by those 10 extra FPS. One of those, that's what I need. You're in the wrong part of town for the fancy cars. See, you played Knifey Spoony before.
Come on, put some fucking life into it!
Shit at me, cop. Ooh, cop bike, cop bike, cop bike. Get on the cop bike, get on the cop bike. Bike!
Fizzing sensation.
Oh, there are so many cops ahead of me. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you on this road? You cheeky buggers. I am full start now. I am gonna die. I am not anywhere near kitted out to deal with this. Get off me. Hurry up. Crap. Do-do-do. Robocop. Excuse me, I need this. Jesus Christ, this thing you can't drive with digital fucking acceleration. Just so slippery. Got it. How do we shoot again? There we go. Forgotten how vehicle combat works. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Get the fuck out. Actually, the stretch is a bit easier to control than I thought it would be. Oh, we need to go get the Hoon. That should be available already, shouldn't it? There's no special requirement quest-wise for it. You just have to go to the location, right? Jeez. Oh, there goes the tire. Oh, this is where I die. Go, 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 go. That car's about to blow. Go, 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 go. Ha ha! This is, I think, the longest I've survived with a 4-star rating so far. Boop. Run. Wait, are you not following me? Holy shit. I can't believe I'm going to get away with this. Have you tried... Oh my god, I got away with it. I got away with it. I got away with it. Alright, so yeah, the digital brake and trigger, or brake and acceleration I should say, not quite the handicap I was expecting it to be. But again, in chases you are always max throttle anyway. It's the braking that was the biggest issue. And the acceleration off the line. Right, now we're not too far from the Hoon, right? See, it's this stuff, just maintaining this road speed. You're idle and you're... That's the annoying part. I just want to be able to keep the engine at, you know, middling revs and just cruise, but I can't. I'll do this. I want to maintain 70. Just not as good feeling. I mean, it's not ruinous, but I do notice. Alrighty. Is it in here? It's in one of these. Oh, there it is.
Hey, over here.
Right, for those who don't know about the Hoon car, this was added as a tribute to rally car driver Ken Block, whose nickname was the Hoon. Because that's what we call people who, you know, bop around in their hotted up cars in Australia. You go for a hoon. That means to go for an aggressive drive. You're hooning around. It's a little piece of Australian slang that's made its way into this game via this car in tribute to Ken Block, who was an Australian. But yeah, this will be the test, because even with analog controls, this car is squirrely. This is whoop, whoop. Listen to that. Turbo wine.
Fizzing sensation.
Oh, no. Just the slightest tap on the brakes. Sideways. Well, I guess with digital brakes there is no such thing as slight. It's full brakes or nothing. Whoa! Jesus Christ. I forgot how much fun this fucking monster is. First time I drove this was live on stream. Was anyone here for that? Do you remember how quickly it was until I'd wrapped it around a fucking tree? It was like 8 seconds. As soon as I got on the road, I smashed a cop with it. I remember that. I was trying to drive around him. Nope. Sideways. Oh, no. Yep. You can't use the brakes. Instant you touch the brakes, just because there's 100% brake or nothing, you're sideways. Alright, let's see if I can control the speed. Oh, it feels alive. It feels like it wants to kill you. It isn't so bad. I'm getting the hang of it. Oh. God damn it! Oh, you're a sensitive little bastard. I think I started that fight. Yeah, so the Hoon might be a problem on Switch 2. Although, with a bit of practice, you could probably get a decent handle on it. Not ideal, though. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's actually not so bad. Once you adjust for the tapper lifestyle, you can kind of use its propensity for drifting to your advantage. I mean, you would normally drive it a bit like that, but with analog control you have a bit more control over it at least. How much you drift and how much torque you're putting down. Yeah, you could learn to live. Yeah, we always come back to that sound problem. It doesn't sound as good when you're tapper. Well, here's the test. Can I drive the damn thing in first person? Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, you don't want to be in first person in these digital trigger cars. Too much lurching. Gonna vomit. Oh, the interior of this car is so cool though. It's like fucking Knight Rider.
We have an 0211 in Westbrook.
Like a glove.
Come in.
Oh fuck, did I hit a cop?
Roger, dispatch. We're at
pedestrian.
Silk Road West. ETA 3 minutes.
Yeah, I killed a
swear,
pedestrian.
If some rich
Well, not a
bounce
I killed a
pool is
driver.
clogged again, I fucking quit.
Well, you don't need this car anymore.
Suspect's vehicle has been located. Details have been sent.
This thing drives like a cloud by comparison.
All units be
Oh, it
advised.
does not corner, though.
Suspect remains in the vicinity.
This is always a good test too, these holographic cherry blossom things. Huge blurriness and smearing issues with most upscaler. So that's another thing we'll be testing when the Switch 2 version arrives proper. Yeah, I'm becoming more confident we can adapt to the digital triggers easily enough. Again, still my preference, but if I can get the hoon around, then everything else should be vaguely fine.
V, my dear, I need you to pay a visit to a tiger claw den and retrieve something for me. I know you are up to the task.